Are you ready to meditate with Cory? We're going on a very spacious kind of journey today. Get yourself ready in bed. Make sure that you're laying in your most comfortable position. The light is just right, just how you like it. Are you ready to go on a very cool journey? Make sure that you're laying very, very still. If you want to, you can close your eyes. It's always better if you close your eyes because then you can use your imagination and you can see everything I'm talking about right there in your mind. That's always the best way to do your meditations with your eyes closed. Today is all about my little friend called Cooper. Cooper was obsessed with space. Rocket ships, stars, the moon, you name it. Anything to do with outer space, Cooper was obsessed. When he was old enough, he started to tell everyone how, when he was going to be a grown-up, the first thing he was going to do was visit space. He was going to be an astronaut. One day, Cooper got some new sneakers. He didn't particularly like these new sneakers. They weren't the type that he wanted, but his mum thought that he would like them. So he didn't upset his mummy, and he told his mummy that he liked his sneakers, even though they weren't his favorite sneakers. But what was cool about these sneakers were they had rocket ships on the side. The rocket ships were blue, silver, and bright red. And he liked that part about his sneakers, but everything else was, nah. He'd had his sneakers for about a week, and he was playing on the back garden when he was doing his normal thing. He was building box on top of box on top of box. And then he would climb to the top of the boxes and he would say, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! And then he would jump off the boxes and land onto the grass. Sometimes he'd do a really cool roll, but sometimes he'd just land and then do it all over again. It was his favorite game. This particular day, he'd been doing that game so much that when it came to going to bed at night time, every time he closed his eyes, he saw himself on top of his boxes, doing his countdown, blasting off into space. So as he fell asleep, as he started to get tired, all he could see in his mind over and over was his travels into space. As he was laid there with his eyes closed, almost asleep, just on the edge of being awake and asleep. He was very, very comfy, very relaxed. He was standing on top of his boxes in his mind, doing his countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. Something happened before he got to 1. His feet, the new sneakers that his mum got him, started vibrating. They were shaking like they were waking up. They were making like a kind of noise. And he looked down at his feet, and the rocket ships on the side of his sneakers had started to kick out flames, as if the rocket ships were coming to life. Cooper said in a very excited voice, "1, blast off!" All of a sudden, Cooper started flying up. Instead of flying down to the ground, he started flying up, as if he was up, going up into the sky. He was laughing so loud, he was so excited, I'm going to space! How cool is this? As he goes up over the trees. Then he goes up over the houses. But Cooper's not scared at all. He knows he's safe. He knows he's meant to go to space. This is his duty. Because inside Cooper is an astronaut just waiting to come alive. He's on a mission to space. And he is the most excited he's ever been. Can you imagine? So Cooper goes higher and higher. Now he's up so high he can look down and see all of the houses, all of the lights in the houses, because it's nighttime. He sees smoky clouds around him, and he realizes he's so high that he's in the clouds. This is the best moment of Cooper's life so far. He knows he's on a mission. He's just wondering to himself, what is my mission? I'm sure I'll know when I get there, he says. So he keeps going up, higher and higher and higher, until he starts to be surrounded by the most amazing sight he has ever seen. Stars. Twinkling stars all over the sky, all different sizes. Oh, he's so excited. He can barely move. He doesn't know where to go first. Cooper realizes that his sneakers obviously are not normal sneakers. They are, in fact, magical sneakers. In his magical sneakers, he realizes that if he moves his feet certain ways, they send him in certain directions. If he points his toes backwards, he zooms forward faster than the speed of light. And if he lifts up his toes and points them towards his body, then that kind of slows him down. It's like a brake. It slows him down. He thinks this is like riding a bike. If he points his toes to the left, he goes left. If he points his toes to the right, he goes right. He figures it out. I've got it. This is my adventure. This is what I've been waiting for all of my life. Where shall I go first? Cooper starts flying forward. Fast. So fast. His hair is almost standing on end, but he loves it. He loves it. He's going fast, very fast, and he passes Venus. Venus. He knows it's Venus because Venus is Earth's sister, and it's one of the hottest planets in the solar system, and he can feel the heat, but he's going so fast, it doesn't hurt him. Zips his way past Venus. He can see Earth. He recognizes Earth, obviously, because that's our planet. We live on Earth. He knows what Earth looks like. The sun. Oh my goodness. He knows not to get too close to the sun. But the sun is so far away. 93 million miles away from Earth. That is how fast Cooper is going. The sun is so big that it takes up almost all of the solar system. 93% of the solar system is taken up by the sun, and all the other planets and all the other stars and everything else out there just takes up a little bit of what's left. 93%! Cooper is amazed that he's actually seeing all the stars and planets and everything else he's been studying his whole life. He keeps flying. He sees Mars. He sees Jupiter. He's going round and round all the different planets, just like Superman, flying through the sky. There's Saturn and the rings of Saturn. Did you know that those rings are made of ice, rocks, and dust? How cool is that? Cooper gets a little bit of a chill. He feels the cold, but he keeps going. There's Uranus, there's Neptune and Pluto. Maybe Pluto's not a planet anymore, but hey, he sees Pluto. Neptune and Pluto are blue, the most amazing color blue. He thinks to himself, this is nothing like what they look like in the books. They are the bestest things he has ever seen. How will I ever describe what they look like when I go back down to Earth? What will I say? Cooper is in awe. He's a little bit tired from all the flying, but still, he is so excited. He decides he must be there for some kind of earth-changing mission. Which planet am I supposed to save? Which star cluster needs my attention? Maybe there is a wormhole that takes me into another dimension. Cooper's very excited. He keeps flying. His body's feeling a little bit sleepy, but he's okay. He keeps flying and flying until he comes across a dark black hole. It's a black hole, he says to himself. I am flying towards a black hole. This is the best moment of my entire life. Cooper keeps flying towards it. As he gets closer, he starts to see these tiny, tiny little white things, some different coloured ones, but they're mostly white. They're swirling and swirling, just like the snowflakes swirl when it's winter time. And you see them in the sky, and the wind is blowing them around in circles. Pretty little snowflakes. That's exactly what this looked like. As Cooper pushes forward, bends his toes, he goes faster towards the wormhole, towards the black hole. He's getting there, closer and closer. You will not believe what Cooper finds. Socks. Billions and trillions and millions of socks. Socks? Socks, he says. Why is there socks in the black hole? Oh my golly, this is where all the missing socks from Earth come to. This is my discovery. Cooper finds all the lost socks from all over the world there in the black hole. Somehow they must find their way from the dryer, find their way out of people's drawers, even find their way off people's socks, off people's feet. However they find their way into the far depths of outer space. There, in the black hole, is Sockland. Cooper is very proud. Now he knows why he came. Now he knows what his mission is for Earth and all the other planets out there. He's found it. Sockland. The place where all the missing socks go. He kind of giggles a bit to himself because it is funny, really, if you think about it. That's where they all go. No one will probably ever believe Cooper when he comes back down to Earth and tells them, yeah, I know where your missing sock is. It's in a black hole in outer space. People will be like, yes, Cooper, whatever, Cooper. But Cooper knows. He knows the truth. Feeling very accomplished, very proud of himself, he decides it might be time to take him and his magical rocket sneakers back to Earth. He starts to pile as much of the information as he can around him into his brain so that he can remember it and see it just exactly how it is for the rest of his days. He's piling in all the different sights, all the different sounds. Cooper points down his front toes. Faster than the speed of light, flies down through the solar system, down through the sky, down through the trees, and lands back in bed. Time to really, really fall to sleep, he thinks. Even though he was asleep, dreaming his magical dreams. Now all he wanted to do was just let his mind slow down and start to unwind. Time for him to rest, he thought. As he laid with his eyes closed, he felt all the different parts of his body. He noticed his legs were very, very tired. His arms were very, very tired. He noticed that his head and his back, his tummy, his chest were all very, very tired. Cooper had been on a very tiring journey to space. He decided he could barely move. He was so comfortable in bed. He was safe, he was warm, he was in his favorite pajamas, and he was a superhero, saving all the lost socks from all over the world. Now, how cool is that? Just let yourself fall to sleep, my little friend. Deep, deep to sleep. Let your body start to float.